In my previous Battlefield 1 video, I briefly covered how I average 100 plus kills per hour in the fighter. To be honest, I didn't expect this video to do well at all, so I put minimal effort into the content. In this video, I'll be going into more detail on how I get the most kills out of anyone using the fighter using a controller. I'll briefly put up my settings for those who haven't already tried them or haven't seen my other video. I didn't include the crosshair. Honestly, you can choose what color. I go with a bright neon green. Just choose something that's like bright and you'll be good. The first thing that I want you to do is go to an empty server, as empty as you can find that you can get a plane on. And ideally a flat map, and just go in circles up and down. Full throttle, start off at full throttle, ease off the throttle if you need to, but I just want you to keep going in circles. Try to do it in a straight line. If you need to move, that's okay. You want to try to get sort of close to the ground. Not super close, like to the point where you're about to touch it, but just close enough to where you're probably like 6 feet, 5 feet away from the ground. Still close, but not super close. Now, while you're at an empty server, and ideally a map that has little things that you can sort of pin as targets, whether it's a little fucking tree stump, a little tree or something like that, I don't know, man. Just find something and use it as a target. Just keep bombing until you're better at it. Now, I'm going to do something a bit unusual, so that's why I put it in slow-mo. So when I go full throttle in the air, and I'm going straight up, 90 degrees, as much as I can, I do kind of a twist. And during that time, I kind of have the opportunity to go wherever I want. And that can be reflected on the map. Let's have a closer look. Now, you can see that I'm already going in kind of circles, tight circles, but you'll notice that when I do that twist, coming up now, yeah, so that lets me go wherever I want. So if there's like an egg nearby, I can let off wherever I need to and go in that direction and kill them. It's very effective. You need to do it while you do the circles. As you can see with these methods, it's gotten me a lot of kills. I'm number 7 with 20,000 kills over the least time out of anyone in the top 20. So it's definitely been an effective tactic.
Objective butter.
Over time, you'll get more used to this method and more used to the plane, more used to its limits, and you'll be able to bomb moving targets a lot more, especially from different angles. I don't use the port bomb at all, or the porthole or whatever. I never look through that. It really distracts me. But you can try it. Anytime I do that, I almost always crash. I always need to know where the plane is going. I'm always looking up, looking for more targets, and trying to make sure that I can hit that target. You've also probably noticed that I don't have anything on the top left or right of my screen. I do this on purpose because it gets in the way. In case I need to dogfight or something, I always need to know where another plane is. Don't do what I just did. Don't clip that. You'll probably die. Just be careful if you're going to go close to the ground. I'm kind of stupid. Now, using this method, like I said, it's like an attack plane in a way, except you're also constantly trying to destroy other vehicles. I only really mainly target heavy bombers, attack planes, and fighters. I don't honestly usually go after a bomber. They're usually really stronger than heavy bombers, because heavy bombers, you want to shoot them directly under the pilot or directly at the pilot, and that's how you get them really fast. Bombers, though, they have a lot of gunners. A heavy bomber does too, but it's so big and it's kind of bulky that they're all spread out in a way that you can kind of get in the blind spot. You can't really do that with a bomber. And the gun itself is just super strong, and it's just hard to take down. Now, in my other video, I didn't have a clip of a dogfight, but this is a clip of a dogfight that I had with, I don't know, I'm not going to try this. But he's a pretty good pilot. Anyway, I got him in this clip, and really want to just kind of follow the plane in a way that you're adjusting your throttle back and forth as you need to, kind of copying them, but trying to be ahead of them in a way, if that makes sense. Stuff like weather can be a factor, like if there's a sandstorm, if it's just super foggy. You usually, depending on the map, you won't be able to spot people, see people, so getting close to the ground is usually not the best idea. I wouldn't target vehicles because this thing does like nothing, but you can target horses if you have a good shot. They're really kind of difficult to hit. It took a lot of getting used to, but once you kind of get it, you get it. However, if you hit it in the wrong way, or if you hit it just a little bit off, you won't kill them. You have to be directly on them. It has to be kind of a sharp shot, if that makes sense. So as you can see in the leaderboard here, Kurd Dark, he's a very good pilot. He was in an attack plane and he got about 150 kills. I was in a fighter and I got 89 kills. However, because I destroyed so many vehicles and shot down so many planes, I ended up getting MVP over him because of those points. Now this clip is a good example because what you really want to do is also focus on the mini-map. I know it's kind of hard to see, but try to keep your peripheral on that if you can. Because in this clip you'll see that a plane pops up and I notice because of the map and I do the twist that I mentioned earlier, which is really good for stuff like dogfights. It's also good for bombing and stuff like that. Really, the main thing is just destroying vehicles and killing infantry at the same time. One of the main components is definitely awareness. You need to be aware of what's around you, if planes are around you, targets on the ground. If you can, try to spot as much as possible. You saw that I just missed a shot there. I did 83 damage, which isn't bad. If they die, I'll still get the kill. But you really want to try to hit the target dead on with this, especially now that it's nerfed. But I took that shot thinking that they would keep going. That's something that you also want to do. You want to kind of predict where they're going. If they're going in one direction, try to bomb a little bit ahead so that way it hits them. But as you can see, they stopped. Another very important component is definitely making sure that you time everything right. Whether it's the shots, you have to time kind of when the reload comes back for the bombs. You'll notice in all the clips that I'm really trying to use them as fast as I possibly can. That way it maximizes the amount of kills we're getting and just makes the game a lot more fucking enjoyable. And also, try to understand the map well. Try to understand where a lot of people might be, where they might be piling up, so you can just kind of find a sweet spot to bomb, especially on operations. This clip is another example of that twisting thing that I mentioned. This time I did it over an objective. I did it over C. You can see over the map, I kind of did a twist and then I let off at C. I really try to come in for deep dive bombs, so I'll try to get close to them so you know you're accurate with the shot, but try to let off at a point where you're not touching the ground. And as I said before, constantly check the reload on that bomb, and as soon as it comes back, try to use it.
Machine gun.
Now, that's really the most advice I can give. The rest is really you. I mean, just make the most of these settings. That's what I've done. And it's not like nobody else can do this, so have fucking at it, bro.